If you look at a standard map, Kashi appears to be a typical ancient settlement built on the banks of a river. But according to the Puranas, the city's foundation isn't rooted in the earth at all. It is believed to be completely suspended from the physical world, resting delicately on the 3 points of Lord Shiva's trident. This divine geography is reflected in the city's physical borders. Kashi is perfectly framed by 2 distinct rivers flowing into the Ganges, the Varuna in the north and the Asi in the south. This unique convergence is exactly what gave the city its official name, Varanasi. Guarding this perimeter is a supernatural security system. The fierce deity Kal Bhairav serves as Kashi's eternal watchman. The barrier he maintains is so absolute that even the dark messengers of Yamraj, the god of death, are said to be afraid to cross into the city limits. Protected from death itself and bordered by sacred waters, this sanctuary operates on a rare premise. It demands nothing from the millions of people who arrive exhausted by the physical world, freely offering them absolute peace in return. Down at the riverbank, the raw reality of life and death is on constant display. This is Manikarnika Kut, the most revered cremation ground in the world, where the fires have supposedly never stopped burning. The origin of these eternal flames is rooted in cosmic grief. The texts describe Lord Shiva wandering the universe in maddening sorrow, carrying the burned body of his wife, Sati. As he moved, Sati's divine earring, or kundal, fell precisely on this ground. This exact spot later became the ultimate testing ground for human devotion. It's here that the legendary king Harishchandra, having lost his kingdom and his family, worked these very pyres to uphold his vow of absolute truth, enduring until the gods themselves descended to resurrect his son. Moving south down the river, we arrive at another massive stone complex, Dashashwamedh Ghat. This location earned its purifying glory through a monumental ritual. King Dasharath and the ruler Devodas performed a massive Ashwamedh Yagya, a royal horse sacrifice, right on these steps to defeat the powerful demon Shambar and cleanse the area of darkness. These terrace steps function as a physical interface for the divine, living monuments built directly on top of cosmic sacrifice and divine intervention. If you step away from the open riverbank and navigate into the dense labyrinth of narrow streets, you enter the world's oldest university of life. The intellectual gravity of this region was so strong that Buddha chose the massive stupa at Sarnath, just outside Kashi, to deliver his very first sermon. He gathered his disciples here to pierce through the darkness of human ignorance. Within these winding alleys, spiritual revolutionaries thrived. Here, the mystic poet Kabir dismantled blind faith and social divisions, and where Tulsidas penned the Ramayana after a direct vision of Hanuman. The city also had a reputation for checking massive egos. When the arrogant poet Kalidas arrived to defeat Kashi's greatest scholars in debate, he was outwitted on the street by goddess Bhavani, who had disguised herself as a local potter's daughter to humble him. Beyond the mind, the city is credited with miraculous physical healing. Historical accounts tell of Chitan Bai, a woman suffering from severe white leprosy, who ran to the ashram of Kinharam Baba and was completely cured of her affliction. These narrow corridors hold an unbroken, living tradition. They constantly work to humble the arrogant, enlighten the seeker, and heal the physically broken. But Kashi's history is not solely peaceful. The city endured a dark era when tyrannical rulers ordered the destruction of the central Vishwanath temple, violently halting centuries of continuous sacred prayer. Yet the people of Kashi refused to break. When figures like British Governor-General Warren Hastings threatened their culture and attempted to imprison their local ruler, the citizens launched a fierce, bloody rebellion, forcing Hastings to quickly flee the city to save his life. This fierce resistance proved a vital point. The spiritual stronghold of Lord Shiva cannot be erased by tearing down stone. And so the city and its people began to rebuild on a massive scale. The glorious resurrection was spearheaded by Queen Ahilya Bai Holkar. She championed the construction of the new Grand Tripurari Temple, ensuring the bells of worship rang out across the Ganges once again. Soon after, the Sikh ruler Maharaja Ranjit Singh, who believed he was blessed with an heir by Lord Shiva's grace, expressed his devotion by covering the temple's main dome with 22 mons, or nearly a ton, of pure gold. The sheer resilience of its devotees took the rubble of historical destruction and forged it into the golden foundation of the majestic Kashi Vishwanath Dham we see today. Today, the modern Dham hums with an intensely radiant devotional atmosphere, especially as the grand arti illuminates the evening riverbanks. The people crowding these steps are drawn by Kashi's ultimate promise. The scriptures state that passing away in this specific city bypasses the exhausting cosmic cycle of life and death, guaranteeing a direct path to moksha, or absolute liberation. To support this journey, the divine entities of the city work in unison. Mother Annapurna ensures that no resident goes hungry. Goddess Vishalakshi fulfills the hopes of her devotees, and Lord Vishwanath grants the final salvation. Anyone who has lost all hope in the material world needs only to lay their eyes upon the temple's central Jyotirlinga, the radiant sign of the Almighty, to have the weight of their earthly pain erased. Because ultimately, this physical city, with its ancient alleys, burning pyres, and golden domes, is merely a gateway to the eternal. Kashi exists as a total spiritual immersion, where Shiva lives in every breath, and the Ganges flows through every wave, all culminating in the eternal chant of Har Har Mahadev.
Please like, share, and subscribe. Inspire us to create better content. Join our daily Bhakti Chants family. Har Har Mahadev. Jai Shri Ram.